Hello, this is Dr. Bob Shirnoff, and today we'll be talking about the principle of protein structure. Proteins are composed from the amino acids. We can see that amino acid has two groups. There's amino and there's acids. So dual characteristics within the structure. There's a positively charged basic group and there's a negatively charged acid group or carboxyl group. The positively charged group will be yang type and the negatively charged group will be yin type. When amino acids connect to each other via the interaction between basic amino group and negatively charged carboxyl group, they create so-called peptide bond. So peptide bond is the result of this duality of elements within the amino acids. So we can see here amino acid folds in a beta pleated sheet or secondary structure of the protein. Tertiary structure of the protein is when the amino acid folds on itself, creating more complex structure. 4 different chains of the proteins coming together to create one molecule of the hemoglobin. Field. Another kind of dual characteristics that we always see in the medical field is the lock and key mechanism. So basically lock and key, or we can say male and female interaction, yang-yin type interaction. We can always see at the example of the enzymes. Enzymes has to fit perfectly to its substrate, so it will facilitate the reaction. There's also another kind of interaction. It can be between antibody and antigen. They have to fit perfectly to be able to opsonize the antigen. Another example, it can be interaction between the receptor and a mediator. Okay, let's look at the dual characteristic of the DNA structure. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. There's a sugar, which is the base. There's a phosphate group, and there's also nitrogenous base. And here we can see nitrogenous base pictured are monophosphates of deoxyadenosine, deoxyguanosine, deoxycytidine, and deoxythymidine. So the ability to form the chain is based on these dual characteristics. The bigger base can only interact with the smaller ones. So you can see from this picture, thymine connecting to adenine and guanine connecting to the cytosine. The DNA is arranged in these two complementary anti-parallel strands with the purines and pyrimidines bases opposing each other. That way they create a stable DNA structure. DNA is such an important example of the dual characteristics in nature. Thank you for your attention.